Heed me or perish.
Welcome to the channel, guys. I am War Master Moloch. I make Total War Warhammer 3 Immortal Empires gameplay guides on legendary difficulty to help you get through any struggles that you might be having. If you've never seen the channel before and that sounds like something that might be useful to you, subscribe and click the bell so that you don't miss something that may help you to enjoy the game more. This particular video is an early game start guide to the Mother of the Drucchi and Eternal MILF Dommy Mommy, Morathi of the Dark Elf Cult of Pleasure. This was one of the hardest major faction campaigns in Warhammer 2's Mortal Empires campaign, and on the surface it might appear similarly tricky in Warhammer 3 based upon some of the messages I've been getting requesting this guide. But if you know the right steps to take early on, in my opinion, this campaign is much easier in Warhammer 3. So I'm going to teach you those steps and set you on the path to spreading Elven Slaaneshi lewdness across the world. Bear in mind that my guides are a longer format, but the main information appears in the first few minutes, while the minutiae and the additional information comes in later if you feel you need it. The rest of the video will show you how to win some of the key battles, as well as serving a proof of concept to show you that my strategy actually works on the hardest difficulty level. There are timestamps in the description to help you navigate to the parts that you most need to get all the detail that you require. Let's get started. The main objective of any start guide is to grant you a safe starting position to serve as a foundation from which to build. And Morathi's campaign has a couple of little misdirects thrown in order to tempt you into overcomplicating it. You start at war with the minor Dark Elf faction of Sildra Tor right here, but they're no threat at all once you know how to deal with them. They do though lead you into your first misdirect. When you go to finish them off, having taken Petrified Forest and then Sildra Tor, you have to go and wipe out Iron Spike. That is not in your natural home province of Titan Peaks, where the ancient city of Quintex is. It's instead in a Skaven-ridden province immediately to your west. So the natural inclination, especially as early game Skaven stand little chance against Dark Elves, is to expand through that province and take it all. However, that is kind of a trap. In doing this, you're giving your more significant enemies, the High Elves and especially the Lizardmen of Hexoatl, time to consolidate their wealth, build up their forces and attack you on your home territory. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to take the fight to Lord Mazdamundi down in the south and assert Morathi's dominance in that area by first wiping out Sildra Tor, attacking and possibly wiping out, but maybe not, the Norscan faction of Skeggi, then moving against Hexoatl, taking them out completely, while also gathering strength and resources to attack our High Elf rivals over on Ulthuan on their land too. So by the end of the video, in 20 turns or less, you'll see Sildra Tor wiped out, Titan Peaks unified, Skeggi taken out too, and the Lizardmen of Hexoatl destroyed and their lands taken, and a Black Ark preparing to attack Ulthuan. Let's get started. First step, we stick that assassin in there and we're going to attack this army here. This is a Pyrrhic victory. We're obviously not going to take that. If you've watched my Malekith guide, you'll know that most of his start is filled with auto-resolves. Morathi does not have that luxury. You're going to be fighting everything manually if you have any sense. Let's get to it. So the challenge in this battle doesn't really come from the main army itself. It's literally just the Manticore, but that's no small thing. It's obviously a very big thing if you look at it there. This will go for Morathi and it will sometimes wipe her out if you're not careful. So you really need to get your battle plan correct. So I'm going to hide my glass cannon infantry in the trees. And I'm going to hide Morathi there as well. I'm going to put the Dread Spears nice and far back. I'm going to put the Shades there, ready to shoot, and I'm going to put the Assassin round about here, because what I want to do is, as the Manticore approaches, I want to shoot it so that it then attacks the Assassin. I can then drag the Dread Spears in to use their anti-large against it, and thereby wipe it out. We'll let the Shades shoot at it as well, just to get it killed as soon as possible, and then we'll use these to attack the main army. And obviously Morathi will be using magic on their approach.
I move.
I'm going to have these a bit further ahead of the Shades, actually. What's their maximum range? Okay, I'll put the Assassin here, because the Manticore's going to spot us. Now, if you've got Morathi not hidden, you can actually make the Manticore come in much faster than the rest of the army. But honestly, that doesn't come out as much of an advantage to you. If anything, what it can do is lead to you getting distracted dealing with the Manticore while the infantry and the range units come in. The range unit comes in, I should say. And then that results in more casualties. So we're just going to stick here.
We must make Nagarothi. All for Maliki.
As soon as that unit's in range, we'll hit them with Melkos Mystifying Miasma. It's not a great spell, but it will do the job.
Fury, come forth.
Now, they can't see the Assassin. If they could see the Assassin, or you could find a way to decloak it, which should really have been included in Warhammer 3, that would lead to the Manticore attacking faster, but we're just going to make do with what we've got right now. Pull back.
Morathi.
Now we're going to hit the Demonettes through there. There we go. It's coming in.
Merciless warriors to destruction. Drucchi,
Oh, God, clicking on these things is awful. Right.
Mercy.
Let's get the Assassin out the way, because we don't want him wounded. See how hard it is to pin that bloody thing down? See?
shades, destroy.
With pleasure. Mother of vengeance. At once.
Almost gone, but it's taking... Look how much damage it's done to that Assassin.
It is so.
And it's really hard to dodge its attacks because it's so fast. There we go. Now it's routing.
Elves. Sacrifice them. Slaughter. Feel my fury.
Do violence. Ravage them. Terror and death.
Kill name.
Bring us our joyous degradation.
And here comes the Manticore again, because of course.
Matriarch.
That doesn't do much to, that spell doesn't do much to single entity units, but we just want to soften that general up as much as we can, finish it off. Right, watch out for the Assassin, because it's obviously going for him again. And there we go, that's the end.
Of the Drucchi.
Very little damage. We should get most of that back in post-battle replenishment. There we go. So we'll take the replenishment, obviously.
Boys. Delight.
That army gets wiped out because it's the starter enemy.
Mother of the Drucchi.
Now, if you've watched any of my previous guides, you'll know that I normally, with my Legendary Lord, go for Lightning Strike because that's a big advantage early game. But Morathi is such an incredible spellcaster that she's basically a killing machine by rank 12 if you emphasize magic first. Because once she's got Pit of Shades and Sulifet, that's it. She's a wrecking machine. So we're going for Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma first. And now we're going to go for the Petrified Forest. Again, Pyrrhic Victory, we're not accepting that. Now, I'm not going to show you all of the settlement battles in this campaign because, frankly, you probably already know how to fight them. And honestly, it would add like an hour, hour and a half to the video because there are a lot of them in this campaign. I'm going to put my assassin here. There's a lot of them in any Warhammer 3 campaign, and frankly, it's something they need to fix. These minor settlement siege battles, they were a mixed idea. I won't call them an outright bad idea, but they were not as good an idea as Creative Assembly thought, in my opinion. Right, we want to get rid of that tower there. We can send the assassin there to take a point, start getting us some balance of power edge. As you can see, there's also a tower there. These are the two places where they're most likely to show up. Fortunately, Shades and Dark Shards absolutely hammer these towers. There we go. So we're going to put 1 unit of Shades there, 1 unit of Shades there. Melkoth's on that.
We are ready. On to slaughter.
Morathi. Nagarothi.
Merciless warriors. Shades. Merciless warriors. Shades.
Come on.
It is so.
Go for that.
Morathi.
Okay, they're grouped up there, so we'll turn these Shades around.
Shades. Battle ready. Death is coming. Merciless warriors.
Yeah, we're a little bit too close there.
Morathi.
Go for Melkoth's there.
Fury, come forth.
Nagarothi. Bloody murder. Drucchi. Slaughter them.
Slaanesh-on.
Drucchi.
Morathi. Brides of Cain.
Let's send the Witch Elves into there.
Shades.
Now pull the Shades over to here. Actually, let's go for these, because they're coming back. Stick Melkoth's on that. Okay, the assassin's taking that point. Okay, that's done.
Mother of the Drucchi.
Shades round to here.
Shadowy overseer.
I'm going to send Morathi over there. We're going to send these, chasing these to keep them out.
Morathi. Sweet vengeance.
I'm going to make sure these don't come back.
Vengeance. My revenge comes. Going now. I move.
Let's send that to you. Let's go over here. We'll try and engage these in melee.
Shades. Onwards to murder.
For Cain! The debauched one.
Bloody murder.
Moving out!
Stick a Melkoth's on there.
Mater.
And there we go. That was enough to crack them. And that's our first settlement capture. Now here, we're not going to sack it or loot it when we take it, because we want to keep our public order relatively in check. We don't want to have it get really bad on us, because we're going to have to move around a lot. So we're just going to take it. We're going to start recruiting 2 more units of Dark Shards.
I watch from the shadows.
Morathi will now get Soul Blight. It would be nice to boost Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma to make it cheaper, but you need 4 points here to get yourself on the way to Pit of Shades, so you've got to go for Soul Blight. Soul Blight is actually pretty good. It's a hex which drops their armor, their base weapon damage, and their armor-piercing weapon damage, plus its area of effect, whereas Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma is single unit.
A would-be traitor amongst
For the Assassin, we go for increase slave income. We're going to boost the halls of boost the barracks up to halls of mustering because we want masters,
Anarian's bride.
and we want to go for the slave dictat, slave drive to get our growth up for Ancient City of Quintex. We're not going to build up anything else until Ancient City of Quintex is at least tier 3. At least tier 3. Now for our research, we're going to click on Revel in Suffering. That gets us income from slaves for choose or die. Growth plus 10 and then growth plus 15, so it becomes growth plus 25. That's your first 10 turns sorted out. For research, that is. And we're done with our first turn. Turn 2, we're going straight for Sildrator. There will always be a general recruiting here.
Presume to command.
That's not a problem. Now, before I go into this, having taken a settlement, we're in like better faction power ranking, so let's see if we can get some money out of anyone.
What could you possibly have to offer me?
Non-aggression pact, we will take that,
Of
because they'll get wiped out by someone else anyway, so just take the money off them.
Lord of our court.
Bleakholds, not yet, give it time. Clarkerond will definitely give us something. And that's a reasonable sum of money. Let's see if we can get it up to 700. Not quite. 680 should do it. Okay, 675. That was a lot of effort for 25 extra gold, but there you go. And we want to look at the Slaaneshi factions as well. Keepers of Bliss won't give us anything. But Seducers of Slaanesh, they like us reasonably well, but we're going to need to boost our power up a little bit more before they'll go for it. We've already got the non-aggression pact with them, so that's pretty decent.
For the Drucchi.
Let's take Sildrator. This is a basic minor settlement battle. Honestly, I don't think you need to watch it. You've seen how I fight them already. Use a bit of stealth, a bit of range, and slowly saw my way through. Let's just get it done. Again, occupy, don't loot. Get yourself some more Dark Shards. Morathi will go for extra Soul Blight. Cheaper Soul Blight, of course.
Traitors do
And Dance of Death for the Assassin. And we'll demolish this building here. We don't need a second barracks. And that should be that for this turn. Now, note here that it's already saying that we can build up the Petrified Forest or Sildra. We're obviously not going to do that because first and foremost, we want the ancient city of Quintex to hit tier 3. Get this out of the way, and it's time to hit Iron Spike. Don't be tempted to go for the auto-resolve here. You will lose more than you want to. Another simple settlement taken, except this time we are going to loot and occupy because we don't care about holding on to this place. Sildra as a faction are now wiped out. We'll demolish this building because it means nothing to us. Skill points for Morathi, we will put that into life leeching. Now here, we're going to recruit 2 masters. We'll go for tough because they're going to be doing a bit of tanking, and we'll go for confident.
Master of Nagara.
I watch from the shadows.
And we'll pick them up next turn because we're now going to be heading over towards Grey Rock Point. Let's have a look and see about our diplomacy here.
The Black Court waits with
Dark sorcerer. You
Our run of
have
victories has not convinced anyone to go any further with us, it appears.
Beings of great.
That's okay. End the turn. Okay. Now we're going to move over towards the Petrified Forest. We won't actually be able to get inside. We're going to recruit another couple of Dark Shards. And we're going to embed the Masters in that army. Now for Iron Spike, we're going to try to sell it. Clan Grittus holds the rest of the province.
Great powerful warlord. You are impressed by my tales.
I don't want any other terms with them because we're liable to attack them at some... Well, we will attack them at some point during the campaign. So we're just going to sell them the settlement.
Yes, so.
So we get money and we no longer have to worry about holding this dump or dealing with the Skaven corruption and trying to turn it into Slaanesh corruption. That's the advantage for us. One more turn and we can start taking the ancient city of Quintex to tier 3. So all is going well there. That's the end of this turn. Yep, I have set the recruitment off. Let's go. And now we're going to go for Grey Rock Point. So we're at war with Skeggi now. Sucks to be them, lads.
Guide us, Cain.
This says decisive victory again. Do not trust that. Go for the manual resolve. Save yourself the losses. We're going to get Ancient City of Quintex up to tier 3 now.
Show no mercy.
And we'll fight this battle manually, but you don't need to watch this. It's a cakewalk. So now we have Titan Peaks, and we're back to just occupying. We're going to go with the commandment, demand highborn hostages first, because that unlocks the sacrifice to Authority, which gets you extra public order.
The first sword.
We are going to recruit more Dark Shards. We're going to put one into Power of Darkness
Traitors do not last.
and into Survivalist for the Assassin.
I watch from the shadows.
greatness ascends.
Right, the Moon Shard has been taken, which is useful, Bleakhold's taking this off of Skeggi, but it's not essential. So if it doesn't get taken by the time you've got Skeggi and the Ziggurat of Dawn, Skeggi as a faction will be willing to make peace with you. And even if they aren't, I've actually gone up there and taken the Moon Shard off them and sold it to Bleakholds. It takes about 3 turns. You literally just full speed it, round to here, smack them down, you're done, then you come back and you go after Hexoatl afterwards. So it's not a big deal, but it's a nice thing that can happen. Now we're going to come across here. Oh, want to put the growth into the Masters. That would have been better to do last turn, because I'm assuming we had it after the last battle. Now here, I'm going to put this extra growth into the Petrified Forest now that Ancient City of Quintex is going to tier 3, just because it's the one that's furthest away from being attacked. Sildra Tor is right next to the... It's going to be right next to the Lizardmen, because the Fallen Gates very likely are going to be taken soon. And obviously, Grey Rock Point is a coastal settlement. We could get invaded from the sea. So what I'm going to do here, come out to sea, get on the land, and now I'm going to go forced march in this direction, because there are other armies here to take into account. This one, and both are recruiting. So what I want, instead of attacking them inside Skeggi, where there's a big garrison, you can take it, even if this army comes across and reinforces with its extra units, you can still take Skeggi. It just takes a bit of finesse and a little bit of cheese. However, by going into force march, I'm going to bait them into attacking me, because I'm showing them weakness. They think this is now a takeable army because we're tired. We've got mostly ranged units. We're not that tired.
Do not presume my patience.
Yeah, I'm not willing to pay for trade right now. There we go. Now we can obviously auto-resolve that, but we've got to fight to take Skeggi soon. Let's have a look at the map, see where they're coming, and I'm guessing sort of slightly behind us with the second army, because they'll be force marching around. One way or the other. Let's get into it. So we have enemy reinforcements coming in via forced march here. They aren't an immediate concern because they're going to take a long time to come over. What I'm going to do is position ourselves as far across as we can. Not quite a full corner camp because of the trees, but just get ourselves a long way away up against this white line here to protect one flank. And that forces them to walk in our direction for much longer, which allows Morathi to cast on them and our shades to harass them, because that's what we're going to be using for that. Just going to take a little bit of micro is all. Now we're going to put a checkerboard here. We're going to conceal these. I'm going to say probably here. Although there are trees here, so we can do it straight away from there and then just move them deeper so it's harder for them to be seen. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'll set this up on a symmetrical line because that's basically how I roll. And we're going to put the heroes further out to the front. Yeah, that's just inside of the firing line. Right, she's where she needs to be. Okay, there we go. I can see them already. They're moving for us. That's good. If they weren't, I'd just cast on them and they'd start moving towards us. Probably could have put the shades a lot closer, to be honest, because we can outpace these guys. Oh, they are coming back, so we'll have that opportunity. Well, they're moving further back, which will get us too close to the army, so let's go for this unit instead. Do you know what? I'd rather go for the Berserkers. They're a bit tougher. There we go.
Shades.
If the Shades can just get over here, we can do a bit of shooting as well. Because we outrange them.
Morathi.
Even with crossbows, we outrange these guys. I'll say hold to there. Anyone who's getting too close, Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma takes 25% of their speed as well. I'm going to go for one of the ranged units because they're probably more threatening overall than the melee.
Indeed.
We won't get many volleys off before we have to move, but we will get something off. Okay, the reinforcements are coming in. That's fine. Just want to stay out of the range of their javelins.
At my command. Forward.
Go to there.
The merciless host.
What I'll say is that looks like a decent spot for them to turn around and shoot again. To get a quick volley off and then run.
Battle ready.
Morathi.
They're the closest, so just go for them.
Vengeance.
And run.
To destruction. Dark Elves.
We could also use Soul Blight to make sure their armor is less effective there, but that's an expensive spell, so we're not going to do that.
Battle ready.
Melkoth is costing us, what, 5? Yeah, 5 versus about 11. Oh, Soul Blight's cheaper now. I dropped that. Okay, that's cool. We managed to get the price down on that.
Forward. Eager for battle.
If we can get them to about there, that'll let them ready themselves. Stick another one on there. Man, if she had Pit of Shades, look at this.
At once.
She would be having some fun. Right, turn around, get a volley off. And run.
Onwards to murder. Dark Elves. Shades. Onward.
And now I'm going to take the Shades back to there.
Feel my fury.
Right, these guys. Let's get them to the edges of the woods. Because we want to be able to charge into their range.
Raid and burn. Shades.
Morathi move.
And the general we absolutely have to take care of as soon as possible.
Battle ready.
I'm going to get the Shades to... no, let's take them to the back.
Blood will flow.
They are pretty important. What I'm going to do here...
Food, furs, and skulls.
As soon as that general is in range of everything, I hit him with Soul Blight, with Melkoth to slow him down. There we go.
Fury.
And Soul Blight.
Dread spears.
And now we're going to bring these in.
Total Slaanesh.
I'll enjoy this. Fury. Morathi.
Merciless warriors.
So I want you all aiming for that general.
Warrior.
Let's try and move him around a bit so he doesn't get hurt too much. You engage them so they stop firing.
Master Drucchi.
My revenge comes.
Same trick.
At my command.
Pull back! Spread!
Okay, they've routed, and so have our dread spears. That's fine. That general's going to go. There we go.
What now?
Okay, first army's gone, basically.
Do my best! Rend!
Indeed.
Don't need that. Don't want him to get shot. Right, let's reset the trap back over there. First general's dead.
Going
And we've lost one unit to a rout. Right, let's stop firing now. We can send the shades out again. And Morathi, we're going to do the same thing to these guys. They have a general too. So, these Norscan generals, you just can't muck about with them. Where's my other one? Okay, he's giving chase to them. Nah.
Into position!
Not worth it. One stiff volley will take them out.
Ulthuan's doom. Come with me. Ha!
Let's go really deep with that. Saying that, I didn't bring them out very fast last time. They're coming back. Doesn't matter.
Battle ready!
I'm going to move these backwards, because that way, if this range gets involved, we can wipe them out. Do you know what?
Femme fatales.
Could always just send these over to deal with them. It's not like we did much with the last trap. With them in the last trap.
Harbinger.
They got any range? Yeah, let's go for those Marauder Hunters.
Heatmaker.
Go for you on them. I feel like we're not even going to get there in time, but it's okay. Move the Master over to the side, because they can't see that. They can't see the Assassin, so it won't affect their movement.
Going.
As you say! Orders are
Fire at will. Fire at will. Almost there.
This is the greatest raid! You'll see! The gods will reward us!
Actually, no. Go for that one. That unit's going to get trashed. No, not anymore, because they're hidden somehow.
On the move.
Shades!
Run back.
Going!
Skilled murderesses.
Shades!
Again, we'll put the Shades at the back, because they're the most valuable unit.
Witch elves. Hey!
Okay, they've shattered. Those
Sacrifice them.
Berserkers aren't really worth worrying about. Go and hide in the trees, girls.
Forward. On to murder. Bringers of death.
Oh, they sent a ranged unit round. That's fine. That is fine. Doesn't matter. Stick that on there. The general is coming for Morathi. Lucky boy. But probably not so lucky, because we're going to do the same thing to him again. Slow him down with Melkoth's Mystifying Miasma. Soul Blight his armor away.
Slaanesh-on.
We are on fire at will.
Morathi. Drucchi's revenge.
Get her to there.
Indeed.
Get the Masters there. The Assassin there. The other Master there.
Moving!
Okay, looks like they're following them over to the tree, so we'll bring them across. We don't want that. Right, slow him down.
At my command.
Screw his armor. And he's shattered, and he should die. Yep.
Cold-blooded killers,
Right.
eager for battle. Master
Right.
Drucchi,
Intercept. Bring these around. I need to turn the dark shards around.
ready. It is done. Advancing.
Bringers of death.
Do my best. Is that all you got? The bolts at once.
And they've cracked. We'll just back off, because they're all going to crack. There we go. Shoot them down. Morathi, give chase.
Drucchi.
Simple stuff. We are faster, so let's just get the shades to chase some guys down.
Fury. Talak.
Same for these guys. We're faster than all of them. Morathi.
Fury, come forth.
And we'll just try and wipe them out. Or get as many of them as we can. Took a few more kills to the Witch Elves than I would have liked there. Casualties, I mean. But it's fine. Send the Master after that as well. They're probably going to be pretty quick. 35 versus 42. We might get to them.
Master Drucchi.
He won't. Well, only very slowly.
Dark deeds. Made. Of course. Witch elves. Behold my fury.
We'll put a cast on those to slow them down.
Heed maker.
Wiped. Wiped. Those will be wiped.
If you wish.
And I'm going to send Morathi after
Morathi move.
this unit.
Kill everything.
Because we can slow them down, and they are a ranged unit. Let's speed this up. How's that going? That's done. We might not get to that in time. Might have been better off sticking over here. That unit's gone. Yeah, they're gone. And so will these be. Yeah, these guys are going to get to the line, unfortunately. Oh, hang on. Take them off. I'm going to call that a good result. Alright, nice and easy. We'll take the replenishment, so all of our units will be practically complete, except for the Dreadspears, and obviously the Masters took a bit of a hit. That's okay.
New toys. Delightful.
And we pulverise them.
I am the first.
Get rid of that.
Phoenix Queen.
And now Morathi has enough for Pit of Shades, which means she is now deadly. We will put... Let's give him more hit points. Oh, we can max his hit points. That's good. I should have put it into boosting money, but we're going to get another point soon anyway. Indomitable, hard to hit.
A would-be traitor of
Indomitable Will, hard to hit.
I am the first sorceress.
And now we can just go straight for Skeggi. And this is simpler. What I'll do as well, while I'm explaining how this battle goes, because obviously it's a major settlement, so I'm going to show you how I win this battle. I'll also explain to you how to beat it if the armies don't go for you, if they have all of their reinforcements for Skeggi, because there is a little cheesy trick you can pull there. So let's get into it. Okay. So I'm going to show you my battle plan for this battle, and also tell you a battle plan for any other battle you might have in which there are reinforcements coming from the outside, which can happen here if you haven't been attacked when you're in the forced march near Skeggi. So we got our stealth guys round there to take that. We're going to put our ranged troops here. We're going to put our melee here. Morathi there. The masters there and there. The masters are going to move in front of the towers to tank the shots while the dark shards get in position to shoot over. The reason why I'm showing the AI my whole army is because I don't want them to leave troops over here. I want them to see all the threat as coming from this side. Now, if you're getting the reinforcements coming from outside, the enemy reinforcements this is, what you want to do is put one stealth unit over here. You come over the wall in both positions and you take the gates. What happens then is the AI will almost certainly derp out by the gate and stay there for an absolute age while you whittle away the enemy on the inside. You take their points and eventually trigger the army loss penalty. That can work out very well for you. In this instance, we're not having to do this. To be honest, we barely even need the rest of the army in all likelihood, because Morathi's Pit of Shades plus all of the range we've got here plus the stealth means we should be fine.
Merciless warriors.
Let's get to it.
Blade hunger.
We're going to send the masters forward.
Going.
See those cones there? There's a crossover point there.
Making ground.
And there. And now we're going to start sending these out. And we're going to send Morathi close to the wall. See? Everyone is basically gathered here. Can't see the general. He might be off. Ah, there he is. Having them in the open showed them our army and made them think, do you know what? We need all hands on deck here. And we'll soon be out of range of these towers. These normally don't activate, by the way. So we're taking a few more casualties than usual there. It's fine. Right, anyone nearby here? No, so we'll spread out to 2 different capture points here. 3, in fact. We'll go for that one, and that one, all at the same time. These towers are not great at hitting masters because they're small.
Taking action. Striding. Drucchi. Advancing.
And if Morathi just gets down there, she'll stop getting hit. No, that one's not very good. We want to double up. Go for that. Ah, they're moving. God damn it. Could cancel that, but we'll just stick with it for now. This unit's going to run into it anyway. Okay, we can start stepping out now. So we want the master. Send the shades here and here. And we'll send the master over in that direction.
Dealers in death. Merciless warriors. Dark shards.
And what we'll do now is we'll step across. So we're outside of the cone of this tower.
Battle ready.
Then that goes to there. Bring these forward.
On to violence.
Advancing.
And then we don't have to worry about as many towers firing at us. And we'll start looking for double up chances for spells here.
Feel my vengeance.
Not great. But again, they're looking like they'll walk into it, so that's good. Okay, we should be close enough that we can pick our point properly now.
Cold-blooded killers. Death is coming. Murder awaits.
And now I'm going to put Morathi here, so she's closer to this area, because this is where they tend to blob the most.
It is so.
They're spreading out, but we caught them. We caught them. I'm just trying to keep casualties to a minimum rather than charging up onto the walls. Okay, this one's taking the point.
Shades.
And obviously we keep an eye on the masters and move them if we need to. Don't have quite enough magic at the moment, but we will soon enough. We almost taken this yet? Not yet.
Merciless host.
I could use Power of Darkness to get her magic up faster, but I don't think it's worth it.
It will be.
Okay, we'll send that one to there now. Or in fact, we'll go to here.
Make them bleed.
Morathi.
There we go. They're off the towers now, so we get a bit of respite. Ah, they've activated it again. That's fine. Just look for that spot. That's the spot.
Heed me,
Or is it? Takes a little while to get this one to cast. Yeah, that's decent. How many kills does she have so far? Yeah, Pit of Shades is better in Warhammer 3 than it was in Warhammer 2 in terms of immediate kills. Victory is within our grasp. We were already aware of that.
Battle ready. Shades.
Morathi.
Dark shards.
Now, we could be more efficient here with a bit more micro, because shooting at the guys on the walls is not the best. But then taking them off the wall so that we no longer have to worry about being shot by them is nice. But, you know. Right now, we're just letting them roll. These lob shots do a lot more damage overall.
Shades.
Okay, we got this one. Oh, no, not that one.
We are ready.
That one's done. So let's now go for here.
Bring out. Drucchi.
Right, we can all go for that now.
Glorious destruction.
Mother of
She's
the
now
Drucchi.
got a cast.
At my command.
Master Drucchi.
Right, let's go for
Elves.
that unit there.
Massacre them.
There we go. We got the lob shot onto them. That's clearing them out. And now I feel like would be a good time to go for the walls.
Morathi.
No, not you.
To destruction.
Morathi.
Shades.
Oh,
On to slaughter.
They've spotted me pulling a sneaky. That's fine. We'll bring all of these up to here.
Onwards to murder! Onward!
Hag sorceress.
Master Drucchi!
And we'll put the masters up on the walls as well.
Dealers in death.
Pull all of the dark shards round to here so we get the angle.
Shades.
Come on, guys. Just get to here. Sooner or later, he's going to lose sight of that.
Dark
Take
shards.
those out of the group. And those.
For Nagoroth.
Drucchi,
Turn
forward.
these around.
To destruction.
Because we now have control of the towers. We're going to go for this ranged unit.
Feel my fury.
Shades.
There we go. He can't see us anymore.
Kill them. Glorious dark flashes. Battle ready. Make them bleed. Dark shards.
Elfry!
And we will take that out of the group.
As you say.
They're going. Okay, excellent. Let's get these over to here, and we'll start shooting at those. Let's get all of these across now.
With pleasure. By Cain.
Demonite of Slaanesh! Yes!
Cold-blooded
Okay, general's gone. Let's go and take that point. And that's enough. We have got Skeggi. Simple job, really. Few casualties. The masters took some hits. They'll be fine. Like, the casualties, absolutely minimal, and I was barely even trying. Now here, we're going to sack,
Mother of
and then we're going to occupy. And the reason for that is we're not actually going to keep Skeggi at this stage. We're going to finish off the faction of Skeggi over at the Ziggurat of Dawn, but we're going to sell Skeggi to the New World Colony so we get some money and we don't have to worry about it.
I am the first.
We don't have to get its corruption up or any of that nonsense. We can just get rid of it. We're going to max out Pit of Shades. We're going to get Soul Stealer and we're going to get Spiteful Conjuration. We're one step away from Sulifet and Greater Arcane Conduit, which is the point at which Morathi just becomes an absolute monster.
Traitors do not last long.
Increase slave income for the assassin.
Whispers of disobedience.
Stimulate growth for the masters. Like I say, they took a bit of a beating there, but they did the job that I needed them to. They went through 2 tough battles there for us and came through strong. Over here, I'm going to say let's go for Grey Rock Point to actually build up. Fallen Gates are still holding up. Hexoatl will take those at any time, though, normally. All good, all good.
Cease your provocation.
Hit the slave diktat there, get this growth up here. Let's roll. Now, over the end turn, I was offered a military access pact for money by Clark Arond. I went for it because they're too far away for it to matter, quite frankly. This would be a good spot to have a look at our diplomacy. We're getting money. We got about 830 gold off them for that, so
Enchantress. The
Well
supreme
worth it.
sorceresses of
at this stage, 830 gold is actually pretty damn useful. Right, Seducers of Slaanesh.
All those as foreseen. Our intimate relationship.
I don't want to pay for that right now, because we'll get it for free eventually.
That cannot be scratched.
Yeah, I don't want to do that because when Hexoatl goes for these guys, that could eventually mean that they attack us faster. I want to be the ones declaring war on Hexoatl rather than them declaring war on us.
show no mercy.
Obviously, we're not going to take that auto-resolve, but we're going to do the settlement sale now. So, New World colonies.
Yes?
If you waste my time, there's an arrow with your name on it.
We can't really get any more money for that. They would be happy to, like, deliver terms and everything there for that, but we're not going to take that. Money is much more valuable, because the thing is, we're going to take these guys out eventually anyway. They're just not that much of a threat to a Dark Elf faction, so we're going to leave them to it. And when we're ready to take them out, after we've dealt with Hexoatl, that's what we're going to do.
For the Drucchi.
This you don't really need to watch, let's be honest. I'm sure it'll come as a huge shock to learn that that was very, very, very easy, even though I was barely trying. Now, this one, I'm not sure if we have enough movement range to sack and occupy, so I'm just going to go for loot and occupy to be safe. We don't want this nonsense to slow us down. So that's done. We'll go for Sycophantic Schemer for the Masters.
A would-be traitor amongst us. Your will be done.
And that's all sorted. And now that's in place, we might as well start building up Sildrator, because we do have the growth. And the first couple of points of growth always come in faster, so better to use them while you've got them. Let's have a quick look at our diplomatic relations with everyone else, because we're gaining power, so they might change their minds about us.
You know of my...
Main one is Seducers of Slaanesh. Will they trade with us now after that? Not quite, and I don't want to pay them for it.
So,
These guys are liking us a lot better because they class what we gave them as a gift, even though they paid us very well for it. By early game standards, anyway. We're not going to perform any rites just yet. Or are we? No, we won't bother just yet. The public order there is not bad, and we want to make sure that we'll be able to hit the Rite of Mathland to get a Black Ark as soon as possible. We will be able to anyway if we triggered a rite now, but we don't need to, so why waste the slaves, basically? End the turn.
I am Morathi.
Now, I'm going to bring the army to about there. And we're going to go into ambush stance. Because as you can see, Mazdamundi is in the field. His army is not great, and Morathi is on Sulifet. So we're going to get Greater Arcane Conduit. She's now a Wrecking Ball. And we'll go for Black Lotus for the Assassin. We're not going to sell Ziggurat of Dawn yet, just because we want that little bit of extra replenishment if Mazdamundi doesn't spot us and attack. Port Reaver's been ruined. Swamp Town's still a going concern. Hexoatl's right there. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Now, Fallen Gates have not fallen yet. They normally will have by this stage, and often Mazdamundi will have taken Port Reaver as well. What he's actually done is he's inside Hexoatl, I'm sure of it. But that's okay, because Morathi is now an absolute beast spellcaster, so we're going in. We're going to hold for a second because I'm going to take the opportunity to sell this to New World colonies. This presumably got ruined by these ogres.
yes?
Come in peace and let us chew the fat.
They don't have that much money at the moment just because those ogres have attacked them. If it was completing the settlement, completing the province, they normally pay more for that, but because Port Reaver's been taken, they don't have that luxury. So yeah, we're not getting as much money as we would normally. Obviously, I'm going to have to show you this battle. Let's go. So we're dealing with the same settlement, of course. We've got the big boy himself inside. And a full army and a garrison. The garrison of Hexoatl is frequently not that great, though, so it's not really that intimidating. We're, again, going to show them where we are. We want them to know. This is the biggest fight of the campaign so far. And I don't really see any problems with it. Now we can, because Morathi's on Sul effect, just whiz around casting spells willy-nilly, but I still want to keep them in this location, which is why I've positioned my armies to be seen.
We are ready.
Let's roll.
Ruthless.
Get to there. Get to there.
The merciless host. Onward.
Get to there.
Will flow. Going.
Glorious
Get to
destruction.
there.
Master Drucchi.
On the move.
Morathi, honey, you go to there.
Shades.
So,
Dealers.
Shade 1,
Drucchi.
Shade 2, Master, same as before.
Merciless warriors.
They've gotten down off the towers. Lizard men do tend to do that a fair bit.
At my command.
Actually, no, that's not a great one. That's better.
Cold-blooded killers. Moving out. No qualms.
Morathi.
Temple guards are obviously super tough, always have been. Okay, let's look for the double up. We want to maximize the value of our magic here. This looks like we're going to get a nice little blob here. They pulled about a bit, but it's okay. Okay, the tower's now under neutral control. How are we getting on? Stealth guys are doing their part. Morathi's doing her. She already has 54 kills.
At once.
The other thing with Morathi now is she has Soul Stealer, so she has a bit of paid for regen.
Master Drucchi.
First sorceress. Feel my fury.
Nope, that's shit. Forget about that one.
All for Morathi.
Just trying to spot a good one here. There's a good one. Ah! Did I accidentally hit a Melkoth's in there? Apparently so. That's fine. There we go. Right, how are you guys getting on? They've almost taken this point.
Merciless warrior.
Yeah, he's on course.
Hag sorceress.
Dark shards.
Let's get these a little bit closer.
Carnage awaits.
We're going to get a double up here, so let's cast that now. Ah, they're moving, the little shits. That's okay. Let's take Morathi out of the way, because she's actually taking a little bit of friendly fire there.
Going. Merciless warriors.
Okay, that one's taken. Let's get him over to there. Oh shit, we've been spotted. Okay. That's fine. It's only skink cohort, so we should be able to stay ahead of them.
Morathi. Fury, come forth.
That's a good blob. Stay together. They're being sneaky, but we are still getting good hits on them. How many kills does she have? Yeah, she's doing great. Yeah, we do have to watch out for being spotted here, because they do have flyers that can come in. Do you know what? Come up here. That way, if it turns into a shootout, we have the advantage. This is almost taken. I can send this one down to get this point. But Mazdamundi's going for it.
Dark Elves. For the Sith arrive.
We'll slip out of their notice soon. Okay. Assassin's got that point. Morathi, come on over here, and let's look for another... Not an overcast, but...
Feel my vengeance.
that's just on the edge of them.
Dark Elves.
God damn, these fuckers will not lose them, will they?
Shades. Battle ready.
Predatory senses.
Advancing. Going.
Right, let's get them to here. God damn, picking things out in these bloody maps is horrendous.
Murder.
Right, Morathi, how are you getting on? We should be able to move up onto the walls soon.
Come with me.
Okay, we're hidden now. Let's go for... here.
Onward.
Shadowy Overseer. Morathi. At my command. Indeed.
Could also look at getting the units that are up on the walls. We're almost out of ammo. How's our magic looking? Yeah, we're still okay for magic.
Dark shards. Dealers in death.
I'm going to say stop firing now.
Say.
Destruction comes.
I only use the magic to finish this off. Let's send
Shield murderesses.
melee up onto the walls.
Killers. Shades. Terror and death.
Right, we've got Mazdamundi here. We could set up to try and waste him because he's a big chubby boy.
Onwards to murder.
Witch elves.
Okay. How's she doing for kills now? Yeah, 372. She's doing superbly. And they cracked. That was all you needed to do there. Even though we'd used up most of our ammo, they cracked because we kept taking their points by stealth and whittling away their army. And Morathi, hard carrying there for MVP. So we're going to use Soul Stealer to get her some regen. Now, you didn't even need to kill Mazdamundi in there to do this. Most of the time, I find that the Skeggi battle doesn't even have an army inside of it. This was a full stack, and we still won really easily. How's her regen? She's at max. Awesome. Okay. We have Hexoatl with a heroic victory. We're going to loot and occupy because it's normally not high level. I find that it's normally level 1, so we'll just take the loot. Morathi, we will start getting her towards Lightning Strike now. The Assassin, max out, increase slave income. Oh, he's got another point as well. We will put that into Elusive. The Masters go for Weakness Abhorred and 2 into Hard to Hit.
A would-be traitor amongst us.
Now, Hexoatl are now down to Maku Peaks. And that should be all they have. Yeah, that's all they've got left. Now, in most campaigns, I'll normally find that they have either Port Reaver or the Fallen Gates. Once you've taken Mazdamundi's army out, it's an absolute cakewalk. And it doesn't matter which settlement he's in. With Morathi in this kind of form, you're not worried about it. So up here, we're going to put the Halls of Ravaging on there. We're going to go for... I'm not sure how much I trust Bleak holds at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the slave pens inside Ancient City of Quintex. And I'm going to go for some defenses against the Petrified Forest. In fact, you know what? We'll put walls up at Ancient City of Quintex. We'll wait 1 turn before building the slave pens, which means a little bit of delay on the Black Ark, but it's only 1 extra turn. At this stage, this isn't really worth it. We'll hold up on spending that much. Well, we do have a lot of money.
Corruption of the vilest sort.
10 extra growth faster. I'm going to hold up because once we've got the Black Ark, we're going to want to stock it up with a full army. And that, you know, you're getting 10 extra growth, 5 extra research rate, a bit of extra income from the buildings, which we're not getting that much of, to be fair, and 100 extra income. That's not really worth it at this stage for 5,280. Oh, and let's just have a quick look at this quickly. Tier 5, Sanctum of Quintex. One of the big boosts to it, growth. When you're already at Tier 5, as if you give a shit about growth, it will not take that long to fill these 3 out if they've been taken. That's not a great asset for this. It should be worth more money and control, not extra growth. Alright. So now our research comes up. We'll go for Battler's Business because that increases your post-battle loot. You want to get all of these, all 3 of these, so you can then you can go for upgrade 1, which gives you Black Ark growth, and then you can go for reworked crossbows, which adds range and ammunition to your Dark Shards and missile strength from Forge to Kill. So very, very good to have. Speaking of very, very good to have, it'd be very, very good to have all of your settlements, Lord Mazdamundi. So we're going to go for Maku Peaks. They're building up another army. I am not remotely worried about that. We're going to go into ambush stance to see if we can trick them into coming out. And over here at Grey Rock Point, we'll go for the slave pens. Petrified Forest, we're going to take up to Tier 3. Just because it's the wall between us and Bleakholds. I'm not sure how I feel about them. They might attack us. Now, if it's the version of this campaign in which you've taken...
Contemplating killing you.
Ignore that. Yeah, they're always going to declare war on us. We've got the mountains protecting us, so I'm not especially worried about that. They always come in. It's normally around about turn 18 or 19, to be fair, but it makes no difference one way or the other. Sooner or later, you're going to have to attack them. Now, they've gone and dragged themselves outside the settlement, so it then becomes a matter of which do I consider more beneficial. I actually think it's more beneficial to hit the settlement. We want them inside because that pins them down more. Before I go to that, we're going to have a look at some admin. See if there's anything else I need to do. So Hexoatl will put the growth on there. And we'll take that up to tier 2.
Madness fills the air.
We'll go for this for more control and trade resources at Sildrator. Yeah, Clarkerond went, which I was expecting, which is why I took cheap money off them.
Bring your secrets into my chamber.
Do you know what? That's cheap enough that it's worth it now because it'll take us just under 4 turns to get that much money off them. And Keepers of Bliss, they're holding part of a settlement that we will... part of a province that we will want to unify. So we're actually going to wind up fighting them at some point, it appears, because Mazdamundi hasn't taken them out himself. Let's go.
What was theirs is mine.
And that guy is now all that's left of Hexoatl. We'll repair this. Yeah, might as well repair that as well. For here, yeah, we're still going to go with the plan for getting to Lightning Strike first. These are very good. Specifically this one, because it's not just related to the Lord's armor. You get overall boosts here. So choose that one, not the second. Let's go for Shroud of Darkness for that physical resistance. For the Masters... Stimulate growth. They've now maximized that. End the turn. We know how this ends. So we'll start building up Maku Peaks, because why the hell not, quite frankly. And what we're going to do now, because they're holding a settlement that we want, we're going to war with these guys as well. It's extra money and experience too. Decisive victory? Do I trust that? I think not. Not really going to be any shocks here. We're just going to go for the corner. These guys can already be in the corner anyway, so can the Master, but why complicate things like that? Put these in like that. Morathi is going to be the main threat because she's going to be whizzing around doing her magic thing. We'll put the Masters and the Assassin as the true front line. Move them back. Turn them a little bit. Morathi, go and do your thing, honey. Got some Chaos Furies to worry about, but it's not really much to worry about, quite frankly. Come on, guys. Just realised I could have used a bit of Soul Stealer in the last battle to replenish Morathi's health there, but doesn't matter. She isn't going to struggle and I can do it in this battle. pull them forward.
Understood.
Drag these out.
My blade hungers. Master Drucchi.
They come in. There we go. They'll get shot to pieces. No interest in the reinforcements whatsoever.
Glorious dark magic. Our sorcery is majestic.
Slaanesh will not be pleased with this betrayal. He can kiss my ass. He's probably into that. We'll go for that, because that looks like it's going to become a double up there. Pit of Shades isn't normally great against cavalry, but damage is damage. Let's see how it does. Get these guys over here. Yeah, they've done a fair bit there. Or she's done a fair bit there. No one actually died in that attack, but there you go. We are dealing with a demon faction, so it is what it is. Let's hit a bit of Soul Stealer in there. Get her some regen. There we go. They're coming at us now with the other Chaos Furies. And everything else from the looks of it. Trigger, come on. There we go. Caught them. I was worried they were going to get out of there for a second. Yeah, so the AI can't actually see the rest of the army. The main army, that is.
Morathi moves.
Slope plus the trees and everything. It's fine, we'll just use Morathi to lure them over there. Now, her regen's actually almost complete. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and cast Power of Darkness on him to get some extra regen. Magic regen, this is. And then I'm going to hit this as well because she can actually take a bit of damage right now. So we're getting 1 every 2 seconds now. A little bit further back than that, I'd say.
First sorceress.
Oh, here come the Hellstriders. Very, very nice.
Fury, come forth.
We'll regen basically all of that health that we lost from using this back.
Let hatred fly.
I'll hit another one on the assassin because he's fine. Don't care about what happens to the garrison, obviously.
I move.
And all of their cav is getting absolutely shredded. Managed to engage Morathi in melee while I was distracted. That isn't going to do much good for him. Especially because I'm just going to hit this again in a second.
Drucchi's revenge. Vengeance awaits.
Furies are gone.
At my command.
These now have a mount, so I'm not overly worried about protecting them. Because there you go, the battle is done and that army was in forced march. Does she need any regen? Maybe a little. Yeah, there we go. She needed 26. Job done. Got a bit of loot.
New toys. Delightful.
Got ourselves some interns.
I am the
Some
first
experience. And now we got ourselves a toad to kill. Bye! And that's the end of Hexoatl. So in 13 turns, we have killed the faction of Sildrator, the faction of Skeggi, and Hexoatl. I think it's safe to say we're not struggling here. Let's get Morathi inside here. And then we're going to go up after the Fallen Gates.
fear the dark.
Draftmaster.
Traitors do not last long.
We'll get Martial Name of Power, seeing as they're helping us tank at the moment. Ward save is nice for someone who's tanking.
A would-be traitor amongst us.
Regen. Blood Scourge. Lovely. We'll go for that.
Whispers of disobedience. We shall see.
We'll go for Bloody Blade here, because that's a lot of weapon strength buff there.
Sunderer.
We now have our slave pens, which means we can go for Sacrifice to Mathlan. We recruit our Black Ark. And we will start building up Grey Rock Point, because that's also a potential border. We've now got everything south of here. We don't have to worry too much about... What are these called? Keepers of Bliss. They usually don't last long enough for me to care what they're called.
I am the first sorceress.
And we'll end the turn. So Morathi is obviously not especially worried about
It is
these Slaaneshi types. We'll stay here in case we need some regen if they attack us. Replenishment, I should say. They're not going to.
Lights are too much for me.
Is this worth getting? Not really. Right, what we're going to do here, because we can recruit Dark Shards here, but not on the Black Ark yet, what we're going to do is get a Lord. Oof, their loyalty is pretty shit, not going to lie. A Vicious Fire Sorceress will do.
Supreme sorceress of Thra.
And we're going to start recruiting Dark Shards to put onto this Black Ark. It's going to take time, but we will gradually... Actually, you only want to recruit 2 at a time, because what you do is you get them, put them on the Black Ark. Get them, put them on the Black Ark. The reason why you do that is because you get the upkeep reduction from it being on the Black Ark. 50% upkeep drop.
Do not vex us further.
Nothing else we really need to do there. Going for Sildrator, are you?
Something.
Bleakholds want a non-aggression pact. For now, I'm going to say that's actually not a bad idea, because they're a buffer to the Sisters of Twilight. So take that out, because it looks like we can get more money for it. Yep, 44 more gold. We'll take that. Crom Gorefester. Not very Slaanesh-y sounding, quite frankly. Sildra Tor does not have much of a garrison, but it's only a lord.
Morathi. Immediately.
We'll take this. And at this stage, we will just auto-resolve because that's not going to touch us at all. Let's just occupy. It's not that much money. We now control the Isthmus of Lustria. This is going to get wiped out. Let's do this quickly. More Dark Shards. Because money is still a little bit tight. For here, we're going to go Driven by Vengeance.
Tyrant of Nagaroth.
That's fine. Start building. Do we want to build that up yet? No, because we can actually. We'll go for growth here. And the reason why I say that is because it's going to take time for this to build up. Hexoatl's taking time itself. We'll have plenty of time to take that up to tier 3 because we'll have enough growth for it.
All is possible.
Morathi now has the first stage of Lightning Strike. We'll go for the Growth Commandment here. And I'm thinking the Growth Commandment here as well now, so we can get Ancient City of Quintex up to tier 4.
Morathi commands you.
No surprises there. We get the Blood Banner. We can finish them off.
I should cut you down for wasting my time.
They like us a lot because we sold them provinces, settlements, but we're not going to give them any kind of deal because they are meat for us now.
Speak. For the Witch King. Mother.
And there we go. Petrified Forest, we can... do we really need to go for the walls? Probably not. Let's go for a bit of money.
All powerful.
We will switch some units over to here.
Setting forth.
Start recruiting some more. And if her loyalty gets too bad, just take her out to sea, disband her, and get another one
Lord of the Black
to keep doing the same. It's going to be one more turn until we can get this growth building in there. And then we go for building this up to tier 2, because then we can recruit our Dark Shards faster. But that's pretty much the guide here, guys. We have managed to wipe out Sildra Tor, wipe out Skeggi, and most importantly, wipe out Hexoatl. This little Skaven faction, this little Slaanesh faction here didn't particularly matter. We wiped them out as well just to consolidate our province. It's really now up to you how to handle the campaign because you have the anchor that I promised at the start. Now, the way I would personally look at doing it, and I'm going to when I continue this campaign in my own time, I'm now going to turn around and I'm going to attack the New World colonies. I'm going to ignore the Skaven over here. They can be dealt with any time, but taking them out would bring me into more direct contact with the Sisters of Twilight. So I just want to ignore them for the moment, these Skaven. We can get them anytime. Take out the New World colonies while I'm preparing my Black Ark to then go over to Ulthuan and start our invasion of the island. Most people promise you 20 turns. I've got you through this one in 16, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you find it helpful. There are timestamps in the description for things that you might want to go back to if you're not sure about them. Hit me up in the comments section if there are other campaigns that you want to know how to beat. And I will see you in the next video. Remember to hit like and subscribe. Morathi is watching. Cheers, guys.